Okay. Are we live? We must be live. And yes, you can just see my head. One. There we go. Do you see me now? Hello? All right. It says it sees me. It is tracking. All right. You are tracking. Let's go. All right. Tracking camera activated. Activated the tracking camera. The heckin' camera. Where's the thing? Oh no, I can't. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Take this and then push it in. Why doesn't it work? Does it not have a coloration? Hello. Oh no. All right, so we're going through and we are doing a photo stream. Woo! Photo stream. It's been a while since we did a photo stream, so there might be some noise coming through, and you might think, "Oh my God, his voice is actually not that bad." But I'm gonna tell you, it is actually that bad. It is actually worse than previously, but it doesn't sound horrible. And if I turn the processing off, this is what it's gonna sound like. Like, oh my God, this is with all of the processing off. Like, this is how it sounds like. It is ridiculous, honestly. And then I turn all of the processing on, and all of a sudden I sound, relatively speaking, normal. But that's not what it is about right now. And you might notice, oh, that's way louder than I thought it would be. We're gonna drop that a little bit, 1 and 2, and then we're gonna put it right over here where I normally am. That way it makes some sense. I really have to fix my room yet again. Um, Mostly because like the floor is a huge mess. Oh Jesus Christ! There's a big beep. There's a beep. Hello. Hello. What's going on? Okay. There we go. All right. So this is the thing. Oh my God! Why is that tilted? That looks tilted. It is tilted, isn't it? It is. It looks tilted. I'm gonna untilt that a little bit. Boom. Now we're less tilted. We are less tilted, and we'll be fine. And there we go. All right, so this is where we are. We're doing a photograph stream or photography stream. And I still haven't bought one of those monitors that I would definitely need for this type of stream. But here we are. We are going to totally do it, and we are going to succeed anyways. All right, so we have this. So this is one of the few that we've done. So right now we have the QK Alice Duo, which is a split keyboard. So as you can see here, it's not exactly the easiest to get in frame either. So even if I pull this up higher, we do have some issues, right? Boom, and then boom, and then we got this. So this white piece is just to make sure the glass doesn't get scratched, and we'll remove that in time. And hopefully, I don't forget to do that. All right. So now, the thing is, I don't really have a lot of things that I can put underneath this to create some cool layering effects right now, but this is one of the keyboards you can use in this manner specifically. You just split keyboard, and honestly, you can even go further apart because I know there are some people who just have wide shoulders. I'm not the one with such wide shoulders, but this is exactly my shoulder width. So that is a huge gap. There's this thing where it is a wireless receiver. So effectively, yesterday, one of the issues I had was it wouldn't connect wirelessly. And that is kind of, at this moment, kind of a bug. It is honestly, I'm having issues getting it to be wireless, but apparently it does have wireless functionality. At least on the website when I was looking at it, it says like, yeah, it's the wireless receiver. I'm like, oh, and then they were talking about it, doing some stuff, and it's like high performance, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But I could not, for the life of me, to get it to work. In other words, I don't know. Yes, the words. It flows right out of me. It's amazing. All right, so let me see here. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Okay. All right. So how do we do this? Right? Like this is the thing. Like how do we do this? Because as you can see, there is a kind of a look here that is happening, and we have white with black with brown. I don't know. I think some of my other things would work better with this. So let me remove this. Like let's look at some of the backgrounds we can use for this. Right. So right now I have white, black because that makes some sense. Not gonna lie. Okay, move this through. Same here, and push that through. All right, and then we're gonna take this, and we're gonna put this to the side. Nice little tissue for it there. All right, so as you can see right now, we have white. Boom. There is a purple, if we want purple. I don't know about the purple. I don't think it matches this. Do you think it matches this? That? No? Like, if we did the black on black, it'll be very difficult. Right? It'll be terribly, terribly difficult. Like, I wouldn't really do that. So, yeah, no. Unfortunately not. No. Not purple for this one, unfortunately. Boom. Oh, this one? Error? This is Dracula, weirdly enough. Do you want to do error? This is called Dracula. We have error. We have this. This actually pops quite a bit off of it. So if we, for example, use it to this section where it goes through. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, as you can see. Here. Not the worst thing. Okay. Not too bad. We might use this one. Boom. This one. Oh, I think this one. I think this is it. I think this is it. Boom. Oh, okay. I think this might be it. I think this might be it. This one? I think this is what, Polly? Or something like that. I forget. I wish I knew. I remember this one specifically called Dracula because it's just how do you get Dracula out of this? This is ridiculously different. Like when I say Dracula, you don't expect this, right? No, like it doesn't make sense. That's why I remember it. That's why I remember it. So I don't know. This is like some sort of other thing, and then we have hexagonals. I don't think hexagonals make sense for this. Normally, if you're looking for shapes, like look at that, like it's a little much. Even then, this isn't sharp enough. The corners are too rounded, as you can see. So I would not use it for that specific reason. But I don't know. We have more. Right? Boom. We have a green. I don't think green's gonna work almost immediately. Navy blue with a background that is difficult to see. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think that is worth it at all. It is not worth it at all. Okay. Boom. Pure red. I'm not too sure about pure red. Yeah, no. It pops a little bit better than I thought it would, but no, unfortunately. White with poly, no. Actually, here. Oh, not the worst thing. And then if I push this upwards, yeah, I don't see this being bad. It's just the background is not the same. I can always change the background and post a little bit, but it's going to be a pain to get that to match as of current. And I have a lot of dust on it right now. All right, this, I don't know about this one. This one's too bubbly. Right? Like, it doesn't match the style of this keyboard either. That's too bubbly. Way too bubbly. The red one earlier was also way too bubbly. Boom. Polybius? I don't remember this being Polybius. Polybius is okay. We might turn that into a black and then have all of these pop out. We'll see. Okay. Boom. Dunes. The sand dunes from Mouse. I think this is one of the few that I haven't really used that often. This actually might make some sense. I don't know where this is going, though, even if we put it into the split. No clue. No clue. It's either error or this. This one, I don't know. This is the same issue we have with the other hexagonal. Again, this is too colorful, too poppy. This is too meh. Too colorful, too poppy. And this is just the reverse of the other one. I think this makes more sense. No, I think white and black. Black on black is going to be difficult, regardless. Like, looking at that. I think. No. Do I have more? Yes, I do have more. I have 4 more. I have the Scalper one. I have Retro Gaming. I have Dinosaurs. I don't think Dinosaurs make sense either for this one. So, no, I will not use Dinosaurs for this one. Dune. Okay, so the top 2 contenders right now are Dune. And the other one, let's clean Dune a little bit. Let's clean Dune a little bit here. Boom. So there. Whew. Okay, so we clean Dune up a little bit. Let's increase the brightness here. Boom. So right now, that is normally how we would light this. As you can see, this is how it will be lit, roughly speaking. This left-hand side, this is roughly how it will be lit. We're gonna clean this up a little, see if that makes any difference. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't hate that. Again, I wish I did have a gigantic monitor for me to be able to see this properly, but unfortunately we don't have that. Okay, so we might grab this one. I'm gonna put it on top. That way it makes more sense. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna. What's the best way to do this? We're gonna just grab this guy, and then we're gonna. Oh my god, this is quite heavy. Not gonna lie, it is difficult to lift. Boom. I'm gonna grab that. Gonna take you. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. 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 Boom. All right, so we have that, and now we can grab the other one. There we go. We can grab the other one. All right, so we have Dune, we have White. So Dune, White, and Error. Error is pretty high up, so we're not going to have too much issues getting to it. But I think we should shoot with Dune first. I think Dune would be the first one that should go for it. Okay, as you can see, we're getting a little banding. So one section here and a one section here, and this middle section for some reason is dark. To my physical eyes, that is not the case. I do like the gradient though, not gonna lie. The gradient isn't the worst thing. Okay, where is it? Boom. Boom. Let's go there. Boom. Boom. Bam, bam. All right, so we got that, and then there. There. Boom. Oh, we have a little bit of oil on that left-hand side. There. You're gonna clean it a little bit. Clean it a little bit more. And we are good. It's no longer an issue, or at least not obviously an issue. There we go. There we go. Boom. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do this. What I want to do is have a weird stack. So this will be here. Oh, Jesus. That's some tissue. Anyways, what I need is some kind of thing to hold things up, right? So, as usual, I'm just going to use random things to bring things up higher. So we're going to do that. Take this. I think we can get away with doing it like this. Boom. Okay. And, oh. There we go. As you can see, we got one section there. So we got the higher point. We need a midpoint. So we have a higher point. We have this, for example, like this. That lower. That one lower. We need to be able to see that it is a half, right? So I would probably bring that much lower. So I'm going to take this again. And push that down. Put that here. Boom. Lower. There we go. So we get like this. All right, so that's not too bad. And then this one will be like over here. So this one will be here. This one will probably be slightly higher. That way it looks like there is a wrist rest. And we'll just leave it in this section. So let's do that. We're probably going to need to have that margin. So you can see that top section. We need a little bit more margin. We can't just not have any margin. All right, we have this over here. And, oh, right, I forgot to put some music on. Let me put some music on. Oh. Where is the music? This one, please, because that's the only way we can actually get some non-copyright stuff. So I'm not even fully monetized, and I don't want to get copyright struck, because it does happen where literally I kid you not, you just use one section of a track. I remember I was like listening to something because it was happening in the background, and then I forgot that music was actually playing, and I went, oh, and then it muted almost the entire VOD, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, that is crazy. That was a lot. That was oof. I wish I did not do that. Where is it? Okay, so I have a couple of things. Let me grab this. I think this is smaller. Yeah, this is quite smaller. That's good. This is white, so there we go. That makes some sense. Boom. So we have that, so it looks like it makes sense. This one will probably be somewhere over here. So right now my settings, they're ISO 800 f5.6 at 1/45. We can go higher for the shutter speed up to a max of 1/30. And in terms of shutter speed, I would only go up to so 1/75, right? And the reason for that is because right now, 1/100. The reason for that is normally if you want to use a really good lens at max, depending on the millimeter, the focal length, was it millimeter? The focal length. So for example, this is a 30mm macro lens out of Sony themselves. This is the cheaper model. It's not quite as good as most of the other things, but with this one, since it's 30mm, APS-C makes it like technically a crop factor of times 1.5. So effectively, it is a 30 times half, a 45mm lens. So double that is going to be 90. So 1/100 is going to be where I max it out. Because even if I did, for example, if I change it right now, 60, 90. Oh, I can do 90? Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do 90. So 90, this is as much as I can do with this specific lens. This is slightly too dark for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the photographers. The way I do it is I do dark bright. So for example, what I would do for my quote unquote dark bright photographs is the product itself would be much brighter than the background, whether that be the color or the luminance of it. Right. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different depending on how you take a photograph. Right. So. Okay, so we got that. We're putting that up. We need to increase the height of this one as well. So we're gonna pause you. There we go. All right. Anyways, so what was I saying? So we're gonna have to increase the height of that. But one other thing I need is something to raise items. And that's part of the problem. When I get these items, I don't know the shape and size, and it would depend. As you can see, boom, and all of a sudden we have that over there in the corner. Then we're gonna have it. I'm gonna say somewhere over here. Jesus Christ. Somewhere over there. I think this bottom. Yeah, no, I think this bottom section actually doesn't have very good feet. Alright, so let's not do that, and let's not break that before we even get to that point. Alright. So here's a nice heavy item. Double stack it. Boom, some heavy items, and then there we go. It is of one of the higher sections. I am going to then take this and move it so that it looks like it's part of the scene instead. Boom. Wait, I'm gonna leave a decent margin over there. I need a huge margin. Yeah, I do need a huge margin on the right-hand side and the bottom here. So we're gonna keep moving this around. Okay. Now, the reason for that is I want this over here. Right? This is where I want it. But I don't know. I think it's still too high. Maybe I need it to work. How much lower can I go before it becomes a little idiotic to keep? You know what? Let's actually go all the way to the floor and see if that makes any difference. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go all the way to the floor here. We're gonna take this. Oh, There we go. So we have that going through. And now we have the bright part, and we have the dark part in the bottom. But I need to fill this out a little bit more. That way it's a little more even. Right now it is just casting a shadow. So that is something we want to avoid. The hard part is getting the rest of this. Right, like look at that. So you have this, and imagine this just juxtapositioned out. Alright. So we're gonna do that. We have decent margin on the right and the left. You know what? Let's move this to the center. And that is way too flat. It is way too flat right now. Okay, so to be able to let's see. If I do this, does it actually make it a little less? Okay. Okay, maybe so that it goes through here. We're going to slant it. We're gonna hold that. We're gonna go whoop. That is max. And hopefully it makes sense. Boom. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. We almost over. Alright. We got that over in there. Alright. So the hard part is to get this way. We're gonna go this way. That's the other half, and we're gonna move that a little more to the right. Then tilt it. Boom, right there. See, you've got a decent margin on the right hand side, but not the left hand side. So we're gonna move it a little bit to the left. Zoom. One of the things I think we should do is get a light right underneath and then have it shine through. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I think this is gonna be too bright off the get-go. We're gonna see what it looks like. Too bright off the get-go and not tall enough. See, now that's the difference, right? Like there versus here. What we can do the crazy thing. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take this out, we're gonna put this here, and hope we can balance it perfectly while it still is a light. As you can see, it's not that bad, but again, it's not that good. So we're gonna move it this way and see if we can change that. We're gonna see. That still makes sense. Boom. So as you can see, I guess this is not high enough for that. Yeah. There we go. Now you can see a little bit of what we're trying to do here. There we go. Boom. So right now it's there. We're having a light shine through here. It is actually bright enough. It's going to be a little difficult to see. I might need to pull this in here, which means I need to put this in like that. Boom. It's too much. Too much. Right there. So as you can see, now we have a light that is bouncing through. So the light, actually, we want to bounce more light into it, and a decent amount of it too. Boom, and then we're just gonna get rid of. There we go. And boom, we have a nice section there. We have a nice rim light. So as you can see, it's not too much. It's darker. We have this up in the center. We have this. This needs a riser, that's for sure. We're gonna take a photo in a bit here. I just realized we have no board in there. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got a perfume. Oh, the perfume is almost exactly the right height. Oh my god, it's almost the right height. It is actually too tall. Oh my god, right. So this is also too tall. We're gonna take that down one a notch. I do need it to be here. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'll take this out. We're gonna put this here. We're gonna put this down. That is not it either. now it looks way too small. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this up higher. And then we're gonna take this up back to that plane. like it is the correct section. Boom. Boom. Alright. Now this is gonna be the hard part because I don't entirely know where that would go. What I could do is probably turn this a little closer and then that's there. Maybe move the margin on the left hand side gives me a little bit of leeway. So we're gonna move this a little bit to the left. We're gonna take the entire assembly, move it to the left a touch. Oh. And then boom. Alright, so we're gonna say that this is correct. Go a little higher. Boom. Alright, so now this allows us to bring this guy a little closer and up higher. Boom. So we have nice bit of layering and it's going through. Alright. I do want to move it a little higher. A little higher. Boom. A little higher there. A little higher here. Again, I'll just move that through. And then I will find my SD card because I don't have an SD card. Where is the SD card? Damn. Well, looks like an ad is happening in a few minutes here. So I'm going to run the ads. I'm gonna mute myself. And should be fine. Should be fine. I just realized I was muted the entire time. I just realized I was muted the entire time. Okay, cool. So as I was saying, a long time ago, I increased the luminance by using this. I bounce it on top of it, so I have a huge diffusion layer. So as you can see, this thing just hits the ceiling only to make it brighter and or darker. So if I close this off, darker, brighter, darker, brighter, darker, brighter. So that's all I'm doing. That is all I'm doing. I'm adjusting the brightness of the image by adding more light. So this is higher quality light. However, there are bounces happening, so it reduces the quality of the light. But unlike a lantern, which will also do kind of the same effect, it doesn't quite reduce the amount of drop-off because you're just making your ceiling an entire lantern. So if you're able to get a white ceiling, there you go. You might get some color cast, but it's not too bad. Alright, give us another go. Give us another go. And then for this section, like I was saying, I only put the little piece of paper underneath, right? So I put a little piece of paper underneath, and I push that through just to block that in order to get this light to not be too bright. So we're gonna take a photo yet again. One of the harder parts here right now is going to make this look natural. Make that look natural. The hard part now is we need to reduce this. So we're going to reduce the brightness of that. Oh, it's on the other side. That is horrible. That looks normal. Alright, that looks normal now. 2 drops of light and looks normal, but I'm still getting a decent cast. So again, right now, as you can probably see in the top right hand corner, on the top right hand corner, right now what I do have is I have a reflector bouncing back so that we illuminate this a little bit. So I take that off. As you can see, it does make a difference. It is a very small difference, but it is a difference nonetheless. Alright, this one over here, we have it tilted. We are as far in as we can go. As you can see, as far in as we can go. Just so that you can say, oh yes, it is going to be that very specific product here and there. So there's like 1, 2, 3 items. They're all kind of tiered. So this, and then there, and then there. So we have 3 items going through. The hard part is knowing where to cut it, because depending on how this gets cut, for example, 16 by 9, I'm screwed. Like this and this gets cut off completely. So I could just take this off and see how it goes, and then pretend it's like another part on the left side or something. It gets cut off. It's not a requirement or something to that degree. But we're gonna take a photo of this one. Alright, so this should be good. Alright, now we're gonna try this, except this time we're gonna remove these guys. So we're gonna take this guy off. We'll see how it looks without a little bit of... There we go. We're gonna take those 2 off, take this one as well. Alright, and then now we're gonna do this here. So, this here, we're gonna pull this downward because now it does not invoke as much space. I think I could have moved a little bit higher to get a better shot. No, it's not that much. There we go. A little bit. Oh, it's a little much. Oh. A little much. We're gonna move the light a little bit to the left in order to get this corner. It is getting a bit caught there. Boom. Boom. Now we got that through. All right. So again, we're gonna adjust this so that it makes some sense. Okay. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna put it in. We're gonna go a little closer to the inside. Again, this is more like an Instagram type of photo right now. And then we can go afterwards for the vertical photo. Okay. So once we're done with this, we're gonna move to the vertical photo. And what I'm trying to do here is kind of 1, 2, 3. So we're just going a through line right there in the center. We're gonna give that a shot. All right, so we're gonna give that. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't look bad. All right. So this is the incorrect section. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and then push it so that it's more towards here. So as you can see, I want that right-hand side to be a little brighter, but I don't want it in frame. So we're gonna keep it as far out of frame as possible while getting as much of the light into it as possible. There we go. What's the display? Display, is it in? Is it in? I can't see. Oh, I got the display. Oh, the display shows it in there, but it looks like a reflection. So it's not the worst thing. So yeah, that looks natural. So as you can see, normally I would not like that in there. But because of how it reflects, it's fine. So you might just be able to get away with it like this. It just looks like there's still light happening. Boom. Boom. So as you can see, there is a section there. We might need to bring in the white in there just to get a little bit more bounce back in. Right, yeah, so it is slightly brighter. So that's fine. It looks like it's part of the scene. It doesn't detract from anything. So that's good. I want to move this a little more to the center. I think the center for this makes more sense. Not gonna lie. Center for this makes more sense. I want to increase the brightness a little bit. We're gonna increase the brightness. Well, let's decrease the brightness. Boom. Ow. Alright, so we increased the brightness quite a bit. So that should be a lot better. I want to bring that lower. I want to bring this lower. And then I want to bring that a little higher. This. No, we'll put that here. Actually, I might bring this lower. And then bring this up higher. That makes more sense. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. We're just gonna say, yeah, that it is one of the second halves. We're gonna push it right around here. That way, again, we have roughly the same amount of margin as earlier. But we're going to have different thought process. All right, so we have that over here, that over there, and normally this would be right there, right? That would be right there. Best angle doesn't have a white section. Is this way. Again, I do remember seeing that there is a section where I can put this here, and we don't do that too much. But boom, boom. Nope. That one makes more sense. It makes more sense. This. As far didn't work. As far forward as we can over there. That way it is still in frame. Again, there is a little bit of dead space, but we want as many of the things in the center as possible. As many of the things in the center as possible. Come on. Boom. Now it's too much. Alright, so there we go. So it is imperfect. Got it. Alright, now this is gonna be the hard part. So we have that shiny here. This time, we just want this here. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. There. That still makes sense. Boom. It still makes sense. And we are gonna go for that. Again, we're going to use the left-hand side and go for it. And let's go. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Boom. We got it. We got it. All right. Now we are going to see if that changes anything. No, it does not. Unfortunately. Boom. Huh? Like we have the layered look. Again, it's 3.5, so it's not the best, but it works. It works. All right, again, we're gonna take another shot. Oh, I can see a little bit of that top peeking out. Push that in. Gotta give it a go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Alright, so we got some photos. We got some photos. Alright, oh, God. Alright, so we got some photos, and that's not bad. That's pretty good. So we have some photos. Now we can try doing the verticals. The verticals is going to be the hardest section of this, because I'm not too used to how the verticals sound. How the verticals look. Because verticals are much better. However, again, I do need to... How do I say it? I do need to go and actually go use the washroom and drink some water. So we'll let the ads run for a little bit. And hopefully I remember to unmute this time. I don't know what's going on. Oh no! I just realized something as well. Yeah, no, my music is very loud. Holy, my music was very loud. I wonder how long that has been going for. In other words, a very long time, because, well, I wasn't paying attention. It's great. It's amazing. Aren't I amazing? Well, alright, I'll be right back. I will drink some water. See you guys in a bit. I haven't used this style of recording in a while, so unfortunately, you're gonna have to deal with it. All right, we are back. We are back. Damn. Holy smokes. And hopefully it's fine. But as you can see, what do I look like? Yes, I was just doing that. Yeah, no, given how the stream looks in general, you're not going to really see the mic, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. Okay, where was I? Yes, we're going to go through and do the verticals this time. So let's go ahead and do some of the verticals right now. All right, so we're going to move to the vertical section. So boom. All right. Hello? Oh my god. I really needed a numpad that makes more sense. We might need to bring this a little lower because right now it is a pretty high bar. All right, so we're gonna do this. So we're gonna do that. Oh my god, look at that. Look how lovely that is. And then we're gonna do this. We're gonna go there, there, and then we're gonna put you in the middle. Boom. Boom. I think that makes more sense. Right there. Boom. I think that makes sense. Boom. All right. Now, it's going to be hard because now we need... Ta-da! Hold on. Right there. All right. Boom. We have the light in the correct section now. We're going to put this up here. We're going to keep that down there. We're going to keep that down there. And I think we're good. I think we have a decent looking thing in general. The hard part is getting a nice looking... You know what? Maybe just maybe. Let's try. Let's do this. Right there, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna move this over here. And then right there. Okay, so now... Boom. And then somewhere around here. After putting that right there. And now we look like a Wi-Fi signal. Boom. And boom, we look good. We look amazing. All right, boom. Oh, no. Okay, so we have a problem. We have a problem. The moment we do this, I do need this to be here, though. Right there. Right there. But now this is too dark. Oh, I hate it. Now it's not dark, but it's also dark because we're having issues. All right, cool. So we're gonna do this, then we're gonna twist that. Oh. Okay, good. Good. Now we have it. All right, cool. Boom. We're gonna have it as close as possible. Aha! All right, again. Get it as close as possible without getting hit. Bam. And now what I have to do is probably increase... no, we're not going to increase that. So we're going to have that. We have a little bit of gap. We have a little bit of gap. That is a little bit of gap. And we have the reflections as low as possible. Boom. As low as possible. All right. And then we are not going to increase the luminance. We're not going to increase the luminance because we shouldn't. Yo, plastic bits. What's up? I am taking photos as usual. Boom, and let's see how this goes. All right, f3.5. It looks like it's saying I'm a little too dark, but I don't think so because every time I take a photo, it's fine. I could make this a lot brighter. So let's make this a lot brighter and see where that goes. Okay, we're gonna take a bright one. A bright one here. All right, let's go. All right, we're at max right now. We are at max. We're at max. Again, I'm just using it as bounce, so it does make the entire place much brighter. All right, so as you can see, it is nicely bright. Like, don't get me wrong. It is black on black, and we're good. All right, let's give this a good go. Let's give this a go. And boom. All right. Right now, we have it into a certain amount of brightness. It should be good. I could lower that light and increase it to 800 ISO, where we can say a quote-unquote max for it, and it should be a thing. Yeah. Oh, you got a new board. Okay, let me check real quick. Right, okay. Holy, that's there. All right. What do you mean? How do I? Okay. You got a watch? For college? I was for a change from over here, but when looking at it, I was just like, oh my god. That's crazy. All right, Casio. Casios are not bad. Let me actually pull this up here on the stream. Yeah. Let's see, instead of over there. Oh, wow! You can see every detail of all my old stuff. Up in go into the allowed section. That way it doesn't get screwed over. Yo, Minato Zaki, how's things? I'm doing things, and I swear to God, I am sweating balls. Ooh, this Casio watch looks good. Oh, I don't want. Oh my God! Holy Jesus Christ! The amount of things it's telling me to enable. All right, no, I'm not doing it. So blue bottom, black top, plastic band looks good. I would swap it for electric, metal. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Just built your first PC. It's running and everything. Nice. Woo! Congrats! Are you gonna put Linux on it, or are you gonna go